Hey everyone, you are listening to Beyond the Ring podcast, and this is the NXT 2.0 review. And this is a new revamped NXT and a new presentation, new stage set, everything new. And I feel that actually the new NXT that they have, the presentation and the stage set that I have seen, I liked it, and I would say that I was never a very big fan of the black and gold kind of a NXT. Nothing to say offensive about that brand. It was great, and Triple H actually led that brand very well. But yeah, at his own right, and we haven't seen the full thing, this new NXT actually, and just we have seen the first episode, so we cannot judge by that. But I can say that because the lighting that the black and gold brand had, wasn't a very fan about that, because I really felt like every time that the lighting would have been better. And I would say that this was, for me, it was a welcoming change, and I like the new set and the spaces surrounded by it, a whole lot of space, and the new, I mean, the fans sitting around. And but overall, I would say that it's still kind of in a processing mode for me. It's still processing that. It would take some time to get used to it for me, I would say. But talking about the first episode of this NXT 2.0, guys, and we run down the whole thing that we have seen in this, and nothing major we have seen apart from the crowning of the new NXT champion, which was because of Samoa Joe relinquishing his title. So we had the first match, LA Knight versus Braun Breaker, and Braun Breaker is the son of Rick Steiner, and the name itself is a very weird name, and it's a WWE-ish name, but yeah, and they don't have any Braun anymore or Bronson anymore, so I mean, they have took the Bronson's name, Bronson Reed's name, from the Braun, I think so. Don't know, and the Breaker name is like a very normal kind of yeah, you see a big guy and you say that he will break you in half, so you can make it that Braun Breaker. So it would have been a very easy thing to find out and said his name actually, and his real name is Bronson Rex Steiner. So yeah, so but still it is, they didn't actually told that Vic Joseph or Wade Barrett, they never even told that he's the son of Rick Steiner or something. I don't think so. I actually listened that, and I actually was kind of thinking they would be saying that, but they didn't said it. And talking about this match, this was a squash match, and very surprising, I would say. LA Knight is a very pushed wrestler, and he was going for, and he was in the fatal four-way match, but he didn't get the victory. It was a weird way of booking if you would say that LA Knight is in the fatal four-way and you're not having a victory on LA Knight. And but now we know why they actually did, because they have high prospects for Braun Breaker, and they are going to push him, I think so, for the NXT champion right out of the bat. And this was a squash match. Braun Breaker completely, actually, Lynette got some here and there, but pretty much it was the whole Braun Breaker was controlling this match, and Braun Breaker defeated LA Knight in 3 minutes. The matches were very short matches, and that was a thing that I wasn't a fan of, and I hope so they actually don't do too much of squash. And we had the next match, Imperium, Fabian Aichner and Marcel Barthel versus a new tag team, Josh Briggs and Brooks Jensen, and new guys. So Imperium actually got the victory. Glad they actually got the victory, because yeah, so they are the experienced one, and they are the pushed, I mean, in the rankings of the tag team division. So I think so. Maybe I thought about that Briggs and Jensen would be getting the victory, but no, man. The match itself was just a normal match. I would say that the new guys got some control, and then the experienced guys got a whole lot of heel control on them, and it was just okay. I mean, okay match, and we got a B Fab, that is the Hitro. Actually, Hitro made their entrance actually, and BFAB's debut match actually, and her name is BFAB actually. So she's going up against Katrina Cortez. So this was also just a match, just a debut match, BFAB, just to have that push for the Hitro team. And I'm very interested to see. I mean, interested and as well as very. Good to see actually there was so much of factions that is surrounding in NXT right now, that like the Hit Row and the Legado del Fantasma thing. I like the face off after this match they had, and I hope so they have this 8 man, I mean 6 man tag or something in the pay per view or something. I would like to see that. And yeah, so lots of tag teams and lots of factions coming around, and we have Diamond Mine as well. So I think so that's making it three. So if they can have a faction warfare or something, it would be kind of a very hookable storyline in every week's NXT if they can do that. But I doubt. I don't think so. The storyline appointment. I mean, it's not a way to just point. It's not a way to just confirm that you are not going to see that. But right now I don't think so. I don't think so this would be a storyline driven, very storyline driven like Triple H thing that they had. But if they do it, but I would be glad, man. I would be glad somewhat, and have the mix of Mini Max and Vince McMahon's and Triple H style. Maybe it would be better, I would say. And yeah, so we had this we had after I will get into that in the last actually. So we had a next match which was Carmelo Hayes, and Hayes had a new lackey called Rick Williams. He's a new guy for me as well. And we have a and before that we had a Johnny Gargano, Odyssey Jones, Cameron Grimes, and we have Damian Priest as well, because the wedding, Indy Hartwell and Dexter Lumis wedding, was the main event segment. So after that we had a interview of Carmelo Hayes in the ring, and this was a heel turn, you can say, of Hayes. And yeah, new character for Carmelo Hayes. So quite a lot of changes that they did, and I would say this was a very big test for NXT. This wasn't a very good show, very bad show. You cannot rank like that, because this was a whole new test. This was a very big change, I would say. I mean, you can say that because they changed a lot. The whole the movement of the show, the whole characters that they actually had. The whole progression and yeah, so the whole presentation as well, completely into your eyes, as well as the psychology as well. Completely, it was very big change if you see. Yeah, so we had a Camilo Hayes, and as I said, and his new guy, his new friend. They had a segment, and they actually heel turned, and they had Duke Hudson came up and they attacked Duke Hudson, so that complete their heel turn. And I mean, it's a new fresh air, I would say, for Camilo Hayes. He was very green, looking green, and very something they had. I mean, something they missed on Camilo Hayes, and I'm actually okay with him turning heel. And I don't know how. I mean, Trick Williams, how it would have been good if he was a one man thing, but. Trick Williams, I mean, he's also joining him, so it's good to have a backup for heel guys. So it make them very strong as well, good as well. So I would say a good change for Carmelo's and character actually, and hope to see a good things for Carmelo Hayes, I would say, as a performer. And we get next match, Caden Carter, Casey Canton Zero versus Gigi Dolan and JC Jane. And this was the long match, I would say, in this NXT. This match didn't happen completely, because we had this match converted into a 6 man tag. Sere, Caden Carter, and Casey Canton Zero, Mandy Rose, Gigi Dolan, and JC Jane. Which actually Mandy Rose was came attacked, and Caden Carter actually. So that actually created a Sere coming, and just a normal thing, babyface thing. And that was the match itself was. I mean, pretty decent to watch through. Nothing very, and was action packed and all. It was this was just normal, I would say. The matches were not very special or something, nothing. And we get to the next match, Rich Holland and Drake Maverick. And before that, we also had a new guy as well, I think so. Yeah, Rich Holland actually. Rich Holland versus Drake Maverick, and this was a squash match for Rich Holland. Uh, Destroyed Drake Maverick, and that's it. And we had a Diamond Mine segment as well after that, and we had a new performer, new women's wrestler in this group, and I like this kind of thing. They are recruiting new talents, and from the start I was very positive on to the diamond mine idea. I mean, the MMA style that they had, and the whole wrestling style, and the amateur wrestler Creed brothers also made their debut, Julius and Brutus Creed, and we had a new and a female wrestler as well, and her name is they said that I think so. Malcolm Bivens actually, introduced her. Is Her name is Ivy Nile. So she was the star of NBC's Titan Games. She introduced her, and she hasn't had a carb since 2001. She looked very great, man, and kind of reminiscent of somewhat of Layla Hirsch, but not completely. But yeah, and had a very resemblance of this Jade Cargill as well. She's also very ripped, and this girl is also very ripped. And I like the new talents coming up, and if they are pushed correctly, have good storylines, and are given characters, I would say it would be a good change. I would say that it you should give time. I would say that I will give time for NXT a month or so, because then we can decide on how the brand is going to be. So we cannot decide by the first episode, and I was very sure about that. But the debut episode, I would say it was it was a mixed feeling, I would say. Yeah, it was a mixed feeling. Will take time to me for just process all things, and mean understanding, and definitely. And we get a fade of away main event, and we had Thomas Ciampa beaten Knight versus Von Wagner, because one of the matches, the six-man tag match that women's had, we had seen that Pete Dunne actually attacked Kyle O'Reilly backstage with the help of this what's his name. Uh, Ridge Holland actually. So Ridge Holland, actually William Regal told that Von Wagner is going to be in the fatal four-way. So we never thought he's gonna win, but he got an opportunity, and so new talent into the fatal four-ways, and we got Tommaso Ciampa. My prediction was speed done, but it was kind of in a cut down short manner, because the heel is cutting too much kind of thing. So maybe we could see a face or something. I was very high on LA Knight, but LA Knight didn't get the victory. We had the Ciampa. Tommaso Ciampa actually, no one will survive. Actually, got the victory, and he's the new NXT champion, man. And if we can rekindle this rivalry, man, Gargano versus Champa, do it, man. Do it for the NXT Championship. I'm all in for it. I would not see it. I mean, the first challenger, I don't think so. He would be, because this match was a very very WWE style match. This was fun to watch through, I would say. It locked into a good range, I would say, but. It was nothing special or something. It was a good TV main event, fatal four way, and it was just fun watching it. A lot of action, but everyone getting the same treatment, and everyone getting their chance to shine, and have their maneuvers and the moves to perform. And it was just comfortable to watch through. And we had a main event. After that, we had a main event segment of the wedding, and the wedding segment was fun. So NXT is really going to that entertainment mode. It was surely transitioning into that in this year actually, with many wacky stuffs and all. But they're completely into that mood, and it resembles so much of the Vince McMahon's era, and the Vince McMahon's control. And he had a lot of I think so ideas, and a lot of things that he had thrown around in the show. And so we had an update as well. Triple H was also not in the show. We had Kevin Dunn as the producer, and now quite a lot of backstage changes. So I would say Vince McMahon taking control is like a hit or miss. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes it's very bad. And so let's see how it goes. But the entertainment thing is going to be in the forefront, going towards NXT, I would say. And the characters would be one to look out for, how it would be, and the storylines. Will there be great wrestling and all? Will there be just like a main roster thing? If that, if it is that, it would have. It would be kind of a monotonous thing. Like if you're watching Raw, SmackDown, then what's difference in NXT? Because we were watching NXT because that had great wrestling. Because a lot of fans actually go into the wrestling because of NXT was so good, and they were putting 5-star classics in Takeover. I imagine how the Takeover would be. I mean, yeah. So going forward, so at least this year end would be there one Takeover or something in December or November. I very highly I'm certain about. Yeah, they haven't any announced or any rumors or something, but let's see how it goes, man. And I will give time. At least 2 to 3 weeks, just get at an idea, and yeah, how it would be. Maybe we could be understanding. Maybe I could be like understanding how it would be going forward in next week or so. Maybe they would be changing it around again, kind of going to the. I mean, not changing the sets and all, going to the wrestling centric thing. So it's a test period for NXT. So everyone don't like changes, because changes are like because you need time, and you need time, and you actually are not adaptable sometimes. So I think so we should be adaptable as well sometimes. We should be adapting to it, and we should be understanding the things that would be going on. And that's my thought, man. And yeah, give this time, and I'm sure that we would be better or worse. We would be knowing that in the weeks to come. And this wedding segment was fun, and particularly Ikemen that he did, that was great. And we had Austin Theory as well, involvement as well. He was, and we had Odyssey Jones as well in this segment, where he was kind of yeah. So that Beth Phoenix then came up, and finally he spoke up. Finally he, I mean, what's his name? Uh, Wait a minute, Dexter Loomis spoke up. I do, and it was good to see him spoke up very first time in NXT, very first time after his debut. So a pretty fun pro wrestling wedding, and nothing gone wrong. We always know that wrestling weddings go wrong in WWE. So this was complete. This was different, and it was nice, and it got finished into a good mood. And then we had last shot where Tommaso Ciampa was looking into the screen where they were watching wedding. I thought about that way he was going to target Johnny Gargano or something. He's going to be heel now, and but no, they are going with I mean, Braun. What's his name? I completely forgot his name. Braun. Braun Breaker. So Braun Breaker and Champ had a face off. Braun Breaker actually shook hands, and then they were just grunting around and just making sounds. And maybe this is the Braun is the new challenger for Thomas Ciampa, and I would be up for it, I would say. And it would be great, man, to see Braun getting the opportunity, and Braun getting. And I'm very impressed about three guys in this big show. One is that tag team that they had, the debut of the Diamond Mine guys, the amateur wrestlers. That was great, and even though squash, but they had a lot of showing, and I liked it. And the theme they had, that actually was completely resonating well. And then we had this Braun Breaker debut, and he was the kind of main attraction for this episode. If you want to say that. And yeah, so this was an interesting and very questionable, or a very very processing episode of NXT 2.0 going forward. That's the way they are going to speak up. NXT 2.0, it's not NXT anymore. It's not Black and Gold brand anymore. I will miss, guys. I will miss this Black and Gold brand. But yeah, because we have been seeing so many years that thing. So it would be missed. But hopefully it is going to be for better things to come for NXT. So that's it, guys. I would like to know your thoughts as well for this week's I mean, the debut episode of NXT 2.0. And what's your thoughts, the overall thoughts? And I mean, what do you see going forward and all? And are you going to be interested in watching NXT going forward? I would like to know about that. Put it on in the comment section below, guys. And I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, be safe, stay energetic, and peace.